Good morning. It's a new day and it is my first official day working on the tiny house. I feel like I'm a little too bundled up. It's hot. So I just came up here and basically I brought this kind of heavy duty rake bedding fork. We don't have a shovel, so this was like pretty sturdy. I feel like this will help me get through some of that. And then I also brought gloves, trash bags, hammer, and my mind is just today. Why can't I think of crowbar? That's the word. But upon just first glance right now, it's still dewy, it's still morning, the sun is out, but like I was just walking over here to get a shot of the trash, and y'all, there is like a trail. I'm assuming it's the deer. There's a lot of deer, or it could be the wild turkeys, but there's a trail all the way down that way, which I just thought was interesting. But yeah, this is a lot, so I'm gonna start poking at stuff. In my last video I told you guys that there was a wheelbarrow down here, and there is, but I don't think it has a wheel, and that's probably why it's in the trash can. But once I get it out, maybe we could just put a wheel on it and we'll have a wheelbarrow. I don't know. Also, a couple of things that you guys mentioned that I thought were great ideas. A burn barrel. I actually found some in Eugene for really cheap, so I'm gonna go get an open top burn barrel, because there is actually a lot of wood in this trash pile that I could just burn up, as opposed to having to haul it to the dump. So I'm really curious to see what we find in there. Hopefully I don't run into any critters or die or fall, but we're all gonna go on this journey together. So let's go ahead. Oh, and you guys saw, this is our handy radio flyer wagon that's gonna be helping me today until we get a better one. Before buying one, I reached out to Gorilla Carts to see if they'd like to work together, maybe send me one. So we'll see if they reach back out. But until then, I'll give them a little bit of time to reach back out, and then if I need to, I'm just gonna buy one. So let's get to work. I don't even know where to start. So I'm thinking I will throw away trash in the trash bags, start a burn pile and a metal scrap pile. That's the plan. So now that I'm actually out here in it, it's a lot. I mean, I knew it was gonna be a lot, but it's a lot trying to even just dig in it, because it's been here so long. Like leaves have fallen, like there's so much dirt and stuff on top of everything. So I'm just gonna start on the top like that. This middle area right here is like what's mostly covered up with like branches and dirt and leaves and stuff. Like it's overgrown. So I'm gonna start here in this corner, because a lot of this looks like it was probably a little more somewhat recent. And yeah, I'm just gonna start making piles. I'm just gonna work on this a little bit today, then maybe start on the trash around the tiny house, and even get in the tiny house and check for like the insulation and stuff. Oh my goodness. When you're just glancing at it and walking around, you don't see everything, and then when you're in it, it's a lot more than what meets the eye, I guess. But there is a lot that I can burn. A lot of this furniture like is made of wood. There's cardboard, but there's stuff like roofing, and there's like wires, stuff that you can't burn. So I'm just gonna dive in and keep going and pray for me. I'm gonna be honest, I feel a little overwhelmed, mostly because I just don't have anywhere to put a lot of this. I think once I get a burn barrel and I could just throw the wood in there and actually start to get somewhere, I'll feel a little bit better. As far as just collecting trash, it's like, there's so much, and like it's hard to get to, like because there's so much furniture and stuff in there, and that's frustrating. So I'm gonna put that task down for right now. I'm gonna start on the porch, kind of to get this trash cleared out here, and then we'll move on to the inside, kind of clear that out, and just to go from there. Okay, so we are inside. This is what we're working with. Not too much, honestly. So I'm just gonna clear all this out. Anything I can burn or reuse will be burned or reused. Oh my goodness. So the tiny house is cleared out of everything that was in here. I need to sweep and stuff. I am going to take out this shelf here, burn pile, and then I'm going to start on all of this stuff. Take all the wiring out because we won't be using any of that. So yeah, just doing the tiny house trash was a lot. I'm literally just sweating, and it's winter time. So my next task is to take out all that stuff, and then I'm going to check behind the OSB plywood to see if he insulated. Check the insulation, see if that's going to need to be replaced, and go from there, I guess. But good news is a lot of what was in there was pretty much trash, and I kept what I thought would be cool to maybe try and refurbish and use in the tiny house once it's done. So they had all these candles I want to clean up, and I think those would be cute for, like, you know, bring a little vibe to the cabin. And then this is old. I thought I could refurbish that. I thought this kind of looked cool as just maybe a porch prop, you know, give it that old feel. And then of course this nightstand I can refurbish, make it match the other thing over there, put a plant in here after I clean it up, spray paint those to match each other and use those somehow. So that's kind of where I'm at for all of this stuff. I am debating on where I want to go from here. I have started just a trash pile over here. So this is all the trash we're probably just going to throw away. This is the burn pile and scrap metal. So I feel like I got a lot accomplished today, really and truly. I'm just debating on whether or not, like, just what exactly I want to do for the remainder of the day. There's so much trash just around the tiny house, like immediate. So I might just clean up the outside and see how far along we can get on that adventure. So I guess I'll go ahead and start that. But before I jump into that, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break for lunch, eat something so I don't pass out, and then we'll be right back. So I'm back from lunch and I'm ready to start digging into all of the trash that's like on the immediate outside of the shed. So basically just right here, and then go from there. As I'm really diving into this, I'm picking stuff up, I'm bending over, I'm looking down underneath the shed. We should call this project the trash abyss, because it is literally never ending. Like, it just goes on forever. We're gonna have to clean out all of this too. So not only did I think that this was going to be a gigantic project, I was right, but it's bigger, much bigger than I thought. But, you know, it is what it is, and we're going to get it done. It just might take a little longer than we originally thought, but I mean, we thought it was going to take a decent amount of time anyways. So a few people mentioned there's probably leaks because the floor was wet upstairs, but I do want to say, I don't know that there's not any leaks. I'm not going to say that there's not, but my first thought was every door and window is kept open and has been kept open in this shed for who knows how long. That's why I think the water there, that's how I think the water is getting in. So it's supposed to rain. It's actually supposed to rain here shortly, and then it's supposed to rain like all week long. So I'm gonna close all the doors and windows when I'm done. And that'll give me a good, like test run to see like if it is leaking and from where. So it rained last night, and honestly it's not really wet inside. There's some like wet spots, but I think it's from like the oil and stuff from the stuff that was in here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going on this trash. Lovely, lovely day. Doesn't feel like it's gonna rain. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain. It feels like it's gonna rain. It's very moist. The air is very moist. So let's keep on trucking. Oh no. I guess I could have run into worse critters, but they're freaking out. Ah! Heavy. I feel like I got a decent amount of stuff done. So I got all of that. I was getting near the end, and I got all that wood up and out of the way. I have another trash, a couple actually trash dumps. And I was thinking to myself, I feel really good about this. I got a lot done today. We're moving all this wood. And then all of a sudden, as I'm stacking the wood, all hyped because I got a lot done, I hear glass breaking under my feet, only to find a huge pile of trash. Just glass bottles and cardboard. Just like a bunch of random glass bottles. And I broke one, so that'll be fun. I am definitely worn out today. I made a huge dent. There's obviously still a ton of trash over here. There's literally a set of tires that look brand spanking new, so maybe we could sell those. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a seat, a car seat, a metal door, buckets of something, other buckets, more cardboard, some barbed wire fencing. It's a lot. But I am really happy with how today turned out. We got our wood wall here. Kind of cool. Lots of wood behind me, so we are set for wood. I also found a free wood stove on Facebook Market, but it's up in Washington, so I don't know if it'll still be available by the time I'm ready to go get something like that. But the tiny house is cleared out. I got stuff on the porch that I'm gonna keep. I'll probably move to the back since it's supposed to rain. But I'm gonna go ahead and close up shop. I'm gonna close all the doors and windows because it's gonna rain, and we will see what the inside looks like tomorrow. And we'll pick back up then. I love hearing from you guys. You guys gave me a bunch of great ideas on last week's episode, like the burn barrel, and some of you mentioned making like some kind of contraption to be able to take the trash down the hill, because it is it's a workout just walking up and down the hill, or up and down the mountain, I guess. I do want to say one thing though. A lot of you mentioned that the truck could come up here because the Jeep came up here, but the Jeep never came up here. And even the Jeep might have been able to make it up. I don't know. It gets pretty narrow at one point. It's very rocky. The rocks are kind of loose. The previous owners obviously kind of staggered the land and flattened it out on parts of it. And we had all of the trees on the property checked to see if any of them were potentially dangerous. And we have one tree that we're going to have to take out, or at least stub, because when they did that, they took out some of the land in front of the tree and compromised the tree. So now it can't, I mean, it's standing fine, but it runs the risk of falling over because it took out the branches on that one side. So now it's just holding onto the branches on the hill, and it could potentially fall over. So we had all the trees checked, and when we found that out, we decided at some point we're going to bring in an excavator and kind of clear up a path up this way and like kind of clean it up and make it how we want it to be. But we don't know when exactly that is going to happen. So until then, we're just going to work with what we got. So I just wanted to point that out. The truck will not make it up here. The only thing that we could use is like a four-wheeler or a side-by-side or a lawnmower, which we might go that route. So I don't know when exactly that is going to happen, but for now we'll just use what we have. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Like I said, I love hearing from you guys. Some of you have some really great ideas, and I'm looking forward to jumping back on this tomorrow. And hopefully, I know it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and hopefully it won't be raining while I'm out here. But if it is what it is. So just thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode. And on the next episode, we will be starting on the inside of the shed, which is super exciting. See you then.